Yes, guys, hello. Welcome back to the channel. Casper here, aka Uselink. Um, the weekly wrap up here of commodities. We didn't do the midweek recap because I had my good friend Boragon here. I made two videos, one with uranium only, and then one with precious metals and energies, oil and nat gas. So definitely check those out. I enjoyed it. I know you will as well. So we have a whole week to cover for gold and silver and copper and all that good stuff. And gold and silver did some very good stuff here. Let's dive into the business here with a good one of our beloved commodities, silver, beloved and hated, of course. Still, look at what we did here for silver. Let's go to the weekly because we are weekly closes here again. This was one of our main focuses, back until we had the breakdown. Because this is typically a bullish consolidation, and then we move up. We have the trend to the upside, and then we usually go higher. And what happened was we broke down here, and when we came in for the retest, we popped back into the channel and actually had quite a surge, getting above this red here, this bad bar, very nicely. Please note we're still in this green wedge here of the green uptrend. Again, that's very nice but typically they get broken to the downside. But for now we're inside, beautiful, and we actually stopped very close to the 30 weekly. If this is a false breakdown, what you typically see is a snap up here, retest, and boom, and then you're gone. Will this be the case? Maybe, maybe not, but definitely the past 3 weeks, especially last week, very nicely done by silver. But what actually performed even better, I will say, is gold did beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Two things. Actually, there are more, but let's focus on some of the things here. This was one of the bigger triangles that we looked at. Again, we had a false break. We had a breakdown all the way down here. Again, retest back into, we search. Look at this candle here, that weekly candle. Let me zoom in here for you guys. This weekly candle here is how many percent? Why can't I? There it is. This is 7% move in a weekly basis for gold. That is huge. That is a lot of money going into gold. And the retest didn't hold all the way back up here again. Going to the daily, all the way up, retest resumption. Holy smokes, what a move for gold. Again, as mentioned, I think when we break this one here, we're going in for the fourth touch of the all-time high at 275. And I think that is the path that we are going. As always, getting above the 2K level. When you go from 1K to 2K, that is always a big hurdle. You can see it across here, you can see it here, and all the way across here, it has been acting as support and resistance. So we need to get above the 2K level now. We have highs here. So I'm intrigued for next week. Again, I think it's a bit stretched here. I think we can pull back. How low can we go? As always, you know how I look at things. I think we could go as deep as all the way down to 1900 actually, and still be incredibly bullish on this setup here. So we could drop $100 here before we go higher again. But definitely, the bulls are very much in control, and this is just, to me, it looks like a major short squeeze here. So again, do we go that low? Maybe, maybe not, but still very nice. Again, long term, this one, 2, 3, 4 will be with a very high precision where we break out. Okay, gold to silver ratio. I will go to the daily for you guys. Still favors gold. That is also why gold looks so much better than silver right now. But as you can see here, the gold to silver ratio, we want this one to go down in value or in the ratio, because that means that silver outperforms gold, and that's always what you want to see in a bull market. So we had a major break up here, retest, retest, retest. Again, if it doesn't bounce up from here and starts to get back into the blue channel or the blue wedge, that's actually a great setup. This will be a false breakout to the upside. And yeah, so my level to watch, I have marked it here for my own also, so you can see, is roughly 84 in this ratio, in the gold to silver ratio. If we get below there, it should make silver do very well. Of course, if gold still goes to the upside again, but still, let's see. But for now, it's still holding. The retest is still holding. It's very much bullish for gold, which is not what we want to see. And for now, this is still a breakout retest. And what often happens is a resumption. However, getting below 84 negates, the breakout and the retest. One to watch. What do we have here? We have our beloved the dollar. The main channel is broken. We are on the daily right now. Wait, maybe we can go to the weekly. Let's stay on the daily because the trend is so strong. For this is just a massive strong uptrend for our beloved dollar. But the main channel is broken, and again, we need to get below roughly 105.5, give or take. That is what we want to get below. It still looks strong. As long as we are above this 105.5, really. But again, if we start to have a deeper correction here, again, that will be a big tailwind for gold and silver. The 10-year rates, everyone is bullish on rates and bearish on TLT, but I think we are closer to a top than a bottom here, really. We're getting some negative divergence. You can see here a higher high, but a lower high on the RSI. Again, I don't use the RSI as much, but I use them as just to see, all right, momentum is definitely slowing down. So let's prepare, look at that. Again, I think rates are very close to peaking now. I think long term we will go higher, yes, but I think for this move here, it should be over. And I think we will come down, and we could go down into the threes if we get a big one. But still, then again, that would mean a massive recession should probably be in the making as well. Oil, our beloved oil, still long term looks very, very nicely. I will actually go to the daily because that's what is most interesting. We want to see this $87 hold, because if not, then we could be, again, long term it looks okay, but we could maybe have a scenario where we could have a move down and then a move up here, and then we have a move down to roughly 77, which is also aligned up with these lows here, and so we could be in for a bigger correction for oil as well. But looking at the weekly, it's fine for now, but we don't want to get below 83 because then we will have some more downside. What we're waiting for is obviously breaking out of that long-term golden trend line at roughly 95, give or take. But that's a long way to go in my view. But for now, it's still in the game of higher highs and higher lows until proven otherwise. What we don't want to see is something like this, right? Then we have then the first lower lows, excuse me, and lower high. Palladium is still, what is it now? 1100 straight. As mentioned, we need to get things going here again. This is for now a very bad monthly candle, but I will argue that this is a bullish wedge, into a parallel uptrending here. So it's still in my belief that we will find a bounce here. It has been sold off so heavily, and I think we'll have a short squeeze here again. Why would you short palladium after such a long down move here from like 3,500, and now we are at just a tad above 1,000? You don't short something that has gone down so much. It's too late into the move. But I think people are still shorting it here, and I still think that this will be the final hurdle, and then we snap back to the upside. Again, it has to be proven. For now, it's still in a downtrend. But I just have that, feeling of getting too bearish on palladium, and I think they will get punished for that. I don't have much to say about platinum. I still think we need to get above 1K mark, roughly, before we're bullish. Otherwise, it's still trying to carve out that right shoulder. This is still a question mark. These two are confirmed, right? But we still have this one as a question mark. And yeah, getting above these highs here at roughly 1K, then we're bullish. But for now, it's still just grinding down here. You could argue some sort of minor squeeze there, but still, I really want to see, just like on gold, I want to see some big weekly candles, just completely destroying, this cluster here. Then I'm right. All right, platinum is working on something major. But for now, it's still a bit meh. Copper, same thing again. Nothing bullish about copper right now. We're still at the lows here after we broke down from that golden parallel uptrend. So copper has broken down, and in order to get bullish, we need to snap back up. But again, that's wishful thinking if you're a bull. For now, it's bearish all over the place. And yeah, we should treat this one as bearish. Have we had the retesting of that? And maybe not. But maybe we could go in for a retest up here, which will then confirm it. But still, yeah, copper is struggling. Nat gas here. I want to show you the good old natty. We are still in, higher highs and higher lows. That's fine. Deeper pullback here after we hit that long-term golden resistance, and the blue peak, the blue peak trend on here didn't hold, and now we're getting into the cluster here, this one here, and I think we'll find tons of support there. This is roughly 3 months worth of trading, and I would be surprised to see this one break to the upside and then go down all of a sudden. Taking out all these guys here, they have agreed that we are more bullish than bearish. So I find this very strange, to be honest. So as mentioned here, higher high, we will find our higher low here for nat gas. Also, what's looking nice is the European TTF nat gas or gas. Major breakout here, one big weekly candle, and the 30 weekly is coming up nicely here. And as long as we are above 44 for now, it's all fine. It's all looking very, very nice for nat gas. As mentioned, we are going into the winter here. It's getting very dark outside and cold. So yeah, coal is still climbing on to that long-term white 2011 high trend line, and you could argue, a very skewed head and shoulders here again. I don't prefer them to be this angled down, but nonetheless, I have it there. So if we break up here, then this looks fine, and then we really want to get above, the 170 as we talked about so many times. Let's see what happens here for coal. As discussed, Bitcoin has taken out that long-term golden trend line, which is, we talked about 2 scenarios last week. We really want to break above here for the bullish take. Otherwise, if we break down here below 25, then we have all this vacuum here, and we're going to crash big time. This is for now very bullish, and we will see if it holds. Again, we also have, the big level here at roughly 31.5K. But for now, this inverted head and shoulders, the target at roughly 42.5 is definitely much in play now. And I think if we get above that 31.5, then we are in to hit that target basically. And just 1 second. So yeah, this is definitely a start for Bitcoin. That candle right there. Let's see how it goes. For the good old Bitcoin. Uranium spot price still at the not the all-time high, but the Fukushima high at roughly $73 per pound. We are hitting it here again. To my surprise, actually, massive green week last week. I would have actually preferred, a bit more bullish consolidation before we went higher. But let's see. I still don't buy it, and this will go higher again. Obviously, it could, but if it does, then I think we will see some spiking here in the spot price, taking out such a major high here. I think we can spike, into the hundreds if that were to happen. But then we would also have a bigger correction. But still, I still wanted to go down here a bit, and then we go higher. It's more constructive to have larger building blocks, and then we can climb higher. Sugar looks, holy smoly, looks actually very, very bullish. Again, we are fighting these highs here at 27, excuse me. And if we take out that high, we should have a target up here at roughly 33. And to my conviction, silver and sugar is very much correlated to each other over a long period of time, which is a signal of inflation, really. So let's see if we can break it to the upside there for the good old sugar. Soybeans, I think last time we spoke, we were actually breaking down from here, and I said this is not looking not looking good, but we're actually back into the blue neckline, or above the blue neckline, which is a savior for now. We really want to take out that golden trend line before we're any bullish on soybeans. And for now, the pressure is still to the downside. We also have the 30 weekly coming down. So if we can take out the 30 weekly and that golden at the same time, that's bullish. But until then, I'm very bearish on soybeans, and you know, this pattern over here looks like this one here. So let's see. Nickel, keep dribbling away, and yeah, nothing much to say really. It's just been slowly bleeding out. Let's see. And I have a target here, you know, that we're going to hit that trend line right there. Again, a minor bullish case is if we take out that dotted trend line there, then we might have a pop, but still, it's very muted. Yeah, I don't know. Interestingly enough, silver against the M2 money supply looks very teasing right now. We have the upper here, all the way down, and we are actually doing a megaphone bull flag, if that's even a word. There it is. So if we break above here, taking out that upper minor trend line of the flag, we have a case where silver will finally really start to outperform M2 money supply, and that is exactly what we want to see. Gold, I think, looks even better. I posted this one like an hour ago. I think it's underrated how important this is. Again, long-term golden trend line. Yes. And a major move up here in a bull flag. And now we're breaking out of that bull flag. So gold, you can still see we have some highs here, and but still gold is outperforming, confirming and outperforming the M2 money supply as we speak. This could be the start of something big. Again, gold had a fantastic week, and that's not to be underestimated. People still think that this move can't happen, and that's maybe why it will happen. So yeah, gold looking absolutely. This is very promising here for gold against M2 money supply. That's all I can say. But yeah, let's see again. We could also pull all the way back down to 1,900 on gold to delay it quite a bit, but this is beautiful, no matter how you look at it, in my view. Okay, guys, have a great weekend. That's all I had for today. Enjoy your Sunday. We will see you next week, where we will do the shipping and the ETFs and the miners, all that good stuff, and a midweek as well. That will also be in the making. So, as always, guys, stay safe, and we will see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.